justice. Is there some heat too? I'll let you blow my mind.
Hello, and welcome to Season 2 of the I Fought the Law podcast.
About freaking time, Brian.
Yeah, we have not done this in a while.
And why is it?
You, Steve. We have not done this because of you.
I didn't expect that answer, but it's true.
Why else, Steve?
So the full story. Go ahead.
No,
Why is it me? I don't know what you're talking about.
because we canceled on our poor guy that was running the show so many times. And when I say we canceled, I mean you.
I canceled a lot.
He took a full-time gig. He didn't have room for us anymore.
He's like, I can't deal with Steve's shenanigans.
Yeah, but it's okay. We miss Zach. We wish him well, but we upgraded with the man, the myth,
the legend.
He's deep in Hilverda McRae lore.
He is.
And Jason Urry.
Yeah.
Don't do any of that cancel culture bullshit on me.
No promises.
Yeah, we'll see.
We always did it during the day, and my schedule's too busy and always changing. Now we're doing it at nighttime. I feel a little tired, but I'm sure alcohol is going to help.
Speaking of alcohol,
Yeah.
we are classing this bitch up
Sorry, Bunny.
with wine on this episode. A nice Cinsault from Split Rail Winery in Idaho, one of its founders from our lovely town of Twin Falls. And this is the Laser Fox Cinsault
And why did we pick that bottle?
because of the Laser Fox.
Literally.
It's shooting bottle lasers out of its eyes.
So we went to our favorite wine store, Rudy's, great wine store here in Twin Falls. If you're in Twin Falls, a friend of ours, Andy Howheeler, now owns it. He's done a ton of things, but have great wines. We went to the Idaho section, looking at all of them, and Brian literally was like, we've got to get this one because it has a fox shooting bottles out of its eyes. And so we have to cheers.
We do have to cheers.
That's to season 2.
To season 2. Laser Fox you, Steve.
And this nice red wine, Brian quickly brought it to the office and put it in a very cold refrigerator that I didn't know about.
Tell me this tastes bad.
It would taste better if it wasn't refrigerated at like 33 degrees.
It is. I put the gun on it right now, and it is 53 degrees.
Is it? Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, I know
Well,
what
yeah,
I'm
it's
doing.
warming up. How do you expect the tannins to mellow, Brian?
You don't. You just got to risk those tannins. Dude, so much stuff
So
has
much
happened.
When was our last episode? Was it before Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Like how far before Christmas?
I think we're like a year out.
Shoot. I didn't.
You're
cuss for
welcome,
you,
Bonnie.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we got to do. Reverse it.
Yeah, if
We keep ourselves from swearing, if I say, oh, shucks, you're welcome, Bonnie.
only if you make that face when you.
Oh, shucks.
You went full hillbilly there.
Yeah.
I liked it. All right, so get our viewers caught up on you, Brian. What has gone on in your world
Oh, my goodness.
since we stopped the podcast? Both banned and otherwise.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we'll get to a lot of stuff, but music is always going to be there. But this is how I know how long it has been, is that I was not a grandfather in our last episode, and I am a grandfather.
Ah, shucks.
Ah, shucks. You're welcome, Bonnie, who is a great-grandmother.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, a great-great-grandmother.
So tell us
Not
about
great-great.
your grandchild.
My grandson is awesome. It is like everybody tells you being a grandparent is the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
They are not lying. And it is like there is no shitty day. Sorry, Bonnie. That cannot be cured by hanging out with that dude. And hanging out with them and like everybody's like, oh, you can get them all riled up and give them sugar and then give them back to the parents. Yeah, that's great. Like that's fun. Seeing your kids be parents.
Yeah.
Well, and my daughter also got engaged. to her fiance, who's been a part of Hilverda McRae lore for a long time.
Yes.
And so when I say my kids, I'm including Jeremy because he's been around for a long time. But seeing them be parents, it's pretty rad. Like that it was an unexpected part of grandparenthood that I didn't realize was quite so awesome.
How is it that you have a grandchild only 3 years younger than my child? How does that feel? We all know that you're older, significantly older.
Significantly.
Yeah.
I mean, half a decade is significant, I would think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But, appearances can be deceiving.
What if he likes older women and goes for my daughter?
Yeah. Or what if he's like you and goes for younger women?
Well, that could happen too.
Yeah.
Which is why I have a 4-year-old.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Anyway, grandparenthood is amazing. I sent a child off to college in the last year, which has been crazy, and that's been awesome. Youngest kid is just kicking ass.
I just watched all 3 of your kids either direct, help run, or perform in a just kick-ass play, Hadestown. No joke, and I've told you this, but I think it bears broadcasting, if that's what you call this. The best show I've seen in Twin Falls, and one of the best shows, definitely the best amateur show I've ever seen. Just fantastic. The cast nailed it, and your kids are awesome.
Yeah,
your youngest can dance.
Youngest can dance. My oldest was, I think, musical director in this one, but she has been sort of Jill of all trades.
There you go.
At our neighbor, Orpheum Theater, and the Ovation Theater and Dance program there for years. She was part of their very first play that they did with that program as a kid.
What was the first one? Oh, yeah, Lion King.
She was in that one. She'd been in everyone since, and she just kind of carved out a niche there and made herself a job. And
that's awesome.
She's like indispensable down there. And the kids love her. And seeing that, they do, for our audience, they do these, they call them intensives, where they just rehearse for like 2 or 3 weeks in the summertime, like long hours, and they put it on in that amount of time. And for a bunch of teenagers to pull that off the way they did.
That was Hadestown?
That was Hadestown. They rehearsed
that's really impressive.
I think they go Monday through Thursday for 2 weeks, so 8 rehearsals. Then they go into tech where they're blogging stuff on stage and all that. And then they start performing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's not a lot of time that they spend rehearsing. Jeez. And they put on these shows, and they're freaking incredible. I was not at this talent level when I was a teenager. I'm not at that talent level now.
No.
I don't even play drums that well, let alone sing.
You really don't?
No, I don't.
Now, you talked about our new producer, Jason Urry, but I don't think you mentioned why he's part of the lore.
Oh, well, there's so much lore, though. I mean, first and foremost, he is most well known in this town as the bassist and probationary member of the band Venomuk.
Yeah.
He also has several pieces of artwork in our lobby.
He does.
From his fantastic and incredibly talented, speaking of talented, photography work. Somebody just commented on the other day, and they were just like raving. It's shot of the Prime Bridge, or shots of the Prime Bridge in the canyon when it was very foggy. Yeah. And they're black and white. They're amazing.
Right. When you enter our law firm, they're right there. It's amazing.
And I think we're okay to say this. If not, we'll fix it in post.
Is there a post?
Jason's post.
Oh, yeah, that's right. he chooses what goes in and out.
His son may have given us, the firm and you, the best thank you gift that we've ever had in the firm.
He did.
You want to tell us what it was?
Yeah, so I helped him out on some things. And as a thank you, he came in and he gave me the Book of Mormon on vinyl record.
On vinyl record, and it's like
From the
20
60s.
discs. It's like the heavy pressing
Yeah.
with wax.
And big, thick book.
Big, thick book. And the best part, it's gold wax.
Yeah, it's gold
like
wax.
they're gold plates. It is incredible. So kudos to the Urry family for that find. So
Yeah. Well done.
anyway, there's probably, I know there's,
Teacher.
yeah, he was my home teacher when we first moved to Twin Falls. That's how we met.
I'm gonna reserve all of my jokes.
Yeah,
All of my
probably good.
jokes. Yeah.
You're welcome, Bonnie.
You tried. You tried, buddy.
Yeah, and
Well, you've had quite a year. Or quite
It's been-
about 10 months, 10 months, I'm guessing.
been a wild ride.
Yeah.
Lots of concerts, lots of music.
Lots.
We haven't really done any band. I guess we did the graduation party.
Yeah, we played a graduation party.
Should I tell my story?
Sure.
I have to now because I did that.
Yeah.
right? So, and then then we get into you, and
No,
then
I
we'll
want to
get
hear more
on to
about
our
you. I'm
topic.
drinking wine. I'm fine.
Yeah, no. It was a while ago, I was approached, and it was made known to me that the city council was considering an ordinance in our town that would require a prayer before a city council meeting.
And how did that make you feel?
I had a problem with that. It's no surprise to any of our listeners, my politics and my stance on the separation of church and state, and that I'm quite outspoken about it, which is why I think this individual brought it to my attention. And I said, well, how can I comment on this? He's like, they won't take live testimony, but you can submit comments, I think, beforehand.
Were you planning on going down there live?
Yeah, I would have gone down there live, but then they said, I don't think you can talk live. You can only submit stuff beforehand. So I did a little type-a-rooski, like this.
That's how you were going like this.
I was
typing.
going like this.
Brian types with 2 fingers. He's that old. Typewriter.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Back when it was appropriate to put 2 spaces after a period. And so...
No longer.
No longer.
So you
I read
Your
my
email?
response in true Brian form. I was very diplomatic, made a lot of really good points, and there was a little bit of asshole in there.
Uh-huh.
But I think they were fair points. I don't think it's a good idea for those of you that go, oh, that sounds like a violation of the church and separation of church and state. Not really. There was a case that came out that said, yes, cities can do this so long as it's balanced between all sects, all religions, that sort of thing. It can't just be Christian, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a really dangerous game for a city employee to have to play, to go, who counts as Christian, who doesn't, how do we balance this, that sort of thing. I think it's a really bad idea. Set aside people's faith. I don't care. And in fact, I am now on the docket to pray because I'm a minister in my church.
Well, hold on. First off.
We got to get to the story.
We get to the story, and then we'll get to your church. Because obviously now they've passed it.
They passed it. Well, and the funny thing was I knew it would be unpopular, even with some of my friends who were considering this ordinance, and unpopular with the public in this town and that sort of thing. But I felt like at least the comments needed to be made.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Right thing to do, at least in my mind.
Sure.
And so as the city manager is discussing this ordinance with the council, and he's talking to them about it, and he's getting a little bit of pushback and people asking questions similar to what I put in my email, and he finally got real frustrated and goes, listen, you'll always, and he holds up a copy of my email and goes, you'll always have process terrorists like this that try to ruin a good thing.
Process terrorists.
And I was watching the proceedings online from my home, and I have never been more fucking proud in my entire life.
Sorry, Bonnie.
I was like, the city manager of Twin Falls just called me a process terrorist.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Little did he know that the band he had just booked for this 5 or 6 family graduation party that they were all throwing for, I don't know, 300-400 people.
Yeah.
The drummer of that band is a process terrorist.
So what did you do?
I made a t-shirt. I made a t-shirt with like funky like 80s lettering, and it just said process terrorist. And I wore that shirt to the party to play. We played for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I didn't say a word to him.
Oh, I was wondering. I never heard the rest of the story.
Listen, this is his kid's graduation party. I'm not going to be a dick. I'm just going to wear the shirt.
You were just passive aggressive.
I was passive aggressive. But every time he came around to take photographs,
Right.
I'd sit up at my drum kit like this so that more of the t-shirt would show up in all the pictures.
It's the most passive aggressive thing I've ever heard in my life. It's fantastic, though.
It's fantastic. But anyway, ordinance passed. It passed only 4-3, which was, I think, a shock to the city manager and to other city council members and to a certain Baptist minister in this town who
You have a beef with.
he's fine.
Yeah.
He's just,
No, you guys butt heads.
he's a Christian nationalist, and
You're not.
and I'm not. So
Well, if your passive aggressive nature didn't get through to him, potentially this podcast going out to our 7 listeners might.
it might also get back to him when I show up, because I am now on the schedule to pray for the city council since they passed it. I told them if they passed it, I was going to participate, and I was going to participate hard. And I have actually joined a new church.
What church is that, Brian?
And for those listeners, all of them know because there are 7. But I used to be a member of the LDS Church, and I'm no longer. I have not been a member of any church since leaving that church. But my daughter and her fiance asked me to officiate at their wedding. And I was super excited. I had a generic like online ordination, but I was like, this is my kid, and this is Jeremy. Like, I wanted to be more significant. So I went looking, like, is there a better ordination group I can be a part of? And I found the Church of Gnome.
GNOME.
Yeah, like a garden gnome.
What are the basic tenets of the Church of Gnome?
The Church of Gnome believes, and we, to be clear, we don't worship gnomes.
Right.
I mean, gnomes are badass, but we don't worship gnomes. But sort of gnome lore is that everybody belongs, everybody respects everybody. Take care of yourself, take care of nature, take care of others, serve one another, enjoy the good times, help others through bad times, all the good stuff that you would want in sort of a community.
And in a gnome.
And in a gnome. And gnomes are special to me. And I like gnomes. And so I joined this church. Not only did I join, I became an ordained gnomian minister.
Do you have an official title? Like deacon?
Gnomian minister is the official title. Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Meant no disrespect.
No, that was a good question.
Okay.
Someday I might work up to level of grandmaster or something like that. But I'm just a minister right now, along with my dogs. My dogs are also ordained, and I just got approved yesterday my application to pray on behalf as an ordained minister, gnomian minister,
Questions.
to the city council.
Questions.
Yes.
Number 1, what does it take to make an application to pray at the Twin Falls City Council meeting?
You have to go online. Even though I put my request in my opposition to this ordinance, I said, if you pass this, consider this my application to pray on behalf of certain groups. I understand why they didn't maybe acknowledge that request.
Sure.
But they did come up with a form that you submit online. You say who you are, what group you're a part of, and your contact info. And so I put on Brian Hilverda, ordained gnomian minister, the Church of Gnome. And I can't remember when I get scheduled, but down the road a little bit.
April 6th.
April 6th next year, because we only do it once a month.
That's right. So those listeners that want to hear Brian's Gnomian prayer, the Twin Falls City Council airs their council meetings online.
Online.
So you can sit and listen to Brian's,
whatever it is that
whatever Brian says in his prayer.
The gnomian spirit guides me. So
Well, I'm proud of you.
I'm real excited. So anyway,
For one, objecting to the process, and then 2, after they don't hear your objection, deciding to be part of it in a gnomian way.
yeah,
Good for you.
Yeah. So anyway, that's about it for me. Like
You've
that's
had a lot going on, man.
had a lot going on. Oh, and I became president of the Idaho Trial Lawyers Association.
You did, and notice that came at the end.
Yeah, like
in our
This
podcast
is a footnote.
about law,
yeah.
you mentioned Nomian minister well before becoming the Idaho Trial Lawyers Association president, and it was just a blip, like a footnote in that conversation. Oh yeah, and
Before we passed the mic to Steve, yeah, I became president.
And by the way, I'm the president of the Idaho Trial Lawyers Association. No big deal.
It's a great group of people. I'm happy to help out. I work with incredible people. Our executive director is a dream and a close friend, and she makes that process very easy for me. And so I appreciate her. I appreciate the people we work with, and it's just a year-long term.
And I know we've been talking about you, but what does Idaho Trial Lawyers Association do?
So it is a traditionally trial lawyers organizations are groups of lawyers that represent people, not corporations.
Yeah.
That they represent people that are perhaps marginalized or have been injured or have certain rights affected, and they need some recourse. And they're often going up against insurance companies or big corporations or people with lots of money to defend cases.
Yeah.
And trial lawyers specialize in representing those people in those types of cases. But because they were often going up against huge corporations and insurance companies that hire big law firms,
Yeah.
they band together. And honestly, like we joke, but it's true. The Idaho Trial Lawyers Association is like the best law firm in the state.
That's right. Yeah.
Because we all band together. Rising tide lifts all boats kind of thing. And it's a great group of attorneys, incredibly smart attorneys. I know I can pick up the phone and call anyone on that list, and they will pick up my call and help me out.
Yeah.
So I'm proud to be a part of the organization. I'm happy to help. I think they made a huge mistake in selecting their current president. But other than that, they
Drink more wine, you'll get more confidence.
yeah, that's right.
Well, congratulations. It's pretty cool, and it's good for our firm. I mean,
That too.
I will also note that they have a smaller portion that does criminal defense, because criminal defense attorneys go to trial as well, but far more they're focused on normally plaintiffs' work.
Yeah.
Going against large corporations. I've been a member of the Idaho Advocates for Criminal Defense Law, IDACTL, and it's far more focused on criminal, but I've really enjoyed going to the Idaho Trial Lawyers Association functions.
We have the best parties.
It's fun. And the best trainings. I mean, everybody,
good seminars.
to be a plaintiff's trial lawyer, president company included, you have to be the type that has a personality, has to have empathy for other people, and also the type that when you disagree with something, you'll join a Church of Nome and offer a prayer on April 6th of next year.
April 6th of next year. What's happened with you? Enough about me. This is
Not much.
okay. Cool. So.
That was pretty sick, Jack.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that was some solid humor right there, guys.
No,
Way to go.
I've made some change. Like,
You've had some big changes.
Yeah, I've had big changes. I decided early on this year, I really took first couple of months seriously and wanted to just reevaluate how I'm living. Started exercising more. Started training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu again. Got my first tattoo. So that's fun. No, you don't get to see it. You've already seen it.
I've shown you. No, you've never shown me.
You've never seen my tattoo?
No.
Well, you're never going to.
I've shown you all.
It's lower back. It's a beautiful butterfly.
Yeah.
Now, so really just made some personal changes for me. Now my time, this summer, because we're almost done with summer. Kids are going back to school soon.
Yes.
What the hell?
What the hell?
I mean, aw shucks.
Oh, gee.
You gotta stop making that face. I can't handle it. No, this summer, usually I travel a lot. Last year was Europe and just going. This year I kind of changed and have just been local. Haven't done a lot. Seen some concerts. Spent some time at our cabin. We have a real rustic cabin up in the mountains.
Let's talk about the cabin for a second.
Okay.
Not necessarily the cabin, but what we did a few weeks ago was unusual.
Yeah, no, that was cool.
And I think it's worth talking about.
Yeah, I think so.
Our good friend, mutual friend, who's a stand-up comedian, funniest dude I know,
Yeah.
Keith Harmison, said, hey, guys, I really want to get a group of guys together just to hang out.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you think we could pull something like that off at your cabin? And that was a freaking, you're welcome, Bonnie, brilliant idea.
Yeah, it was unique. We had 9 guys go up, and to describe our cabin, it's up. It's only about an hour from here.
Yeah.
It's real rustic, just in the middle of the woods. There's no streams or rivers nearby. It's just a log cabin in the middle of the woods. I've done a lot of work on it. So it has a small solar system, has some water with the pump and all that good stuff. So you've got amenities, but it's not plush by any means.
No.
It's glamping 1.5.
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, we had guys come up from Utah, a lot of local guys, and had 9 guys, and
And a lot of them didn't know each other.
yeah. And it was really cool beforehand. He decided that he would start a text stream, and every guy introduced himself with kind of a video. Some were funny, some were more serious, and you got to know each other's personality. And then when we met up there, just 9 guys that didn't know each other hung out for 3 days. Like,
And,
no script, no plans,
played some cornhole, walked around,
started some fires,
looked for moose,
saw some moose.
watched Wizard of Oz on the screen, queued up to Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd.
Yeah, so we set up a projector in the woods that we just brought up, tied up a screen to some trees, let the projector go, and discovered that the sound didn't work. And so instead, we went up to the top of the mountain and downloaded A Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, and came back and played Dark Side of the Moon on a speaker.
Because we only had the video for the projector,
Yeah.
and we only had audio on the speakers. And so if we played the video on the projector, it would work, and just played the audio from like somebody's phone.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was perfect.
And so now and in all honesty, what it did for me is, so I go up to the cabin quite a bit with my family, some friends here and there, but it really opened my eyes that it's kind of a unique place, and that people need a small escape. And that's what that was. It was just an escape to be goofy and men, whatever that means. And so I'm literally planning different weekends up at the cabin. I'll have a group of Brazilian jiu-jitsu people go up. My wife just did a yoga retreat up there.
Well, and weren't you going to do the Brazilian waxing retreat as well?
That's already done.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you the results.
I mean, we kind of did it though with the dudes weekend, but
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother story.
no, the reason I said I think it's worth discussing is you hear a lot about like the male loneliness, epidemic and things like that. And I think a bunch of dudes getting together either in a band or doing something like this up at a cabin or a dude's trip, like The Hangover is a good movie for a reason.
Yeah.
It's because these guys are all getting together and doing this crazy stuff. And yeah, that's funny and crazy stuff happens. But just a bunch of guys getting together is kind of unique. Like they don't do it enough.
And I won't single out any people, but it was readily apparent that everybody up there in that group has gone through tough times.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I skimmed over why I made the changes in my life.
Yeah.
I made them because I had a little bit of a mental breakdown earlier this year. I don't want to sugarcoat it, and I don't want to stigmatize it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I started going down a hole. My lovely wife fortunately said,
Get out of the hole, Steve.
Yeah, get your shit together. Not sorry, Bonnie. And she was right. And so I started making changes, a lot of changes. So started exercising, meditating. I read poetry now, and I love it. But I had gone through. Yeah, that was a goal of mine at the beginning of the year, is to write a song every month, and so far I'm keeping up with that. Some Jason wrote, and I'm just putting to music, and all of these positive changes that aren't me delving in anxiety or stress and a breakaway. And a huge thing for that is guys getting together. The band is a big thing for that, for me, and I know for you. But getting a group of guys together just to hang out. It really, there's this excitement when we all got there and you're just have nothing to do. And mind you, cell phones don't work at our cabin, which I love. And so all you have to do is enjoy each other's company and
Listen to music, make good food,
yeah, we made
Hang out.
great food.
drink some beverages.
Yeah, that's what we did. And it was just a good time. And nobody got stupid.
No,
There was nothing foul about it in any way.
no, there was no like lampshades on heads. There was
There was no there was no raunchiness even.
yeah,
It was just a bunch of guys hanging out and having a good time. And honestly, what I enjoyed was nobody sat and like complained about their life.
right.
It was just enjoying each other's company. Which,
Telling stories.
yeah, and that was it. We were telling stories, having some drinks, having a good time, and that was it. And it just cleansed my soul. And it's weird that it did that.
Cheers to our friend Heath.
Cheers, Heath. Good job.
It was a great suggestion,
Yeah.
and we're better off because of it.
Yeah, Heath was cool too. I got to share the upstairs, one of the upstairs bedrooms with him, and yeah, we just had a good time.
The worst part of that weekend for me,
Yeah,
I spent both nights.
you always do this though.
I know I
Every time we freaking go up there, doesn't matter who's
There
up there.
are plenty of
You
beds
always
available
do this.
in this cabin.
No, hold on. So we buy this cabin, and it's got rooms, and I've even finished another room to where now there are like 9 beds available, 10 beds available, if I'm counting right. Yeah, 10
Yeah.
beds. And a lot of these beds I've hauled up on snowmobile by myself. Okay, like taking the log frames, because they're all log framed, ridden on a snowmobile with them between my legs, thinking Brian's going to have a really comfortable night's sleep. I'm talking Casper mattresses.
Yeah, these are like brand
nice-
new, nice mattresses. This
We
isn't
had,
like
we
crap.
had fresh sheets, crisp, Brian. They were crisp.
I have never spent an evening in a bed in that cabin.
I know, you always sleep on the damn couch, or no, not the couch.
Not the couch, the chair with the ottoman.
Like,
And it's not comfortable.
every time I go down there, you're laying on it like in the most awkward position. I'm afraid that you're
My
gonna
neck
get,
still hurts.
I believe you,
But here's the thing.
because you got too drunk. Let's call it what
Call
it
a
is.
spade a spade. I could not manage stairs either night.
3 feet from where you laid was a futon that you could have just easily plop laid.
No, but we had a dude on that. I would have
No.
pulled that out.
Oh, maybe.
If
I don't know.
Grover was on that.
I don't know, because I was upstairs in a
In a
very
bed.
in a California king bed, very comfortable with Pendleton blankets on myself.
Well, I was on the chair with no blankets and no pillow.
I've been up there with
Playing
you like
footsies with
4
the dude
times
on the couch.
Yeah, exactly. Every time you're on that. Anyways, well, learn your lesson. Take your drinks upstairs.
Take your drinks upstairs. Go upstairs before you can't do stairs anymore.
Yeah. But no, that's. But
It was a great weekend.
Going back to sort of what I'm up to, that's about it. I'm writing music, enjoying being in the band, and just being working on being more present daily.
I like that.
Yeah, whether it's with my daughter, with my wife, at work, I am avoiding the cell phone as much as possible. I absolutely hate TikTok and Instagram Reels and avoid them like the plague, because they just take me out. So here I am, just trying to manage my my mental health with being healthy, and it's working. I feel great.
Who would have thought that being healthy would help your mental health?
Oh no, it's so important. You know, I little bit serious, but you know, I see a counselor. I've gone. Our jobs are stressful. And I've seen a counselor
Monday,
for a while.
dude.
Yeah. Yeah, every Monday Brian goes, I go see my counselor tomorrow. I've done hypnotherapy too, which by the way, awesome.
Yeah. I need to do that.
But like I always thought like if I went and worked on things in that way, then that would potentially fix it and I would skip over the core stuff. Good sleep, good exercise, good diet.
Yeah.
For me, not speaking for everybody, but for me, that's about 80% of the work. And if I can keep that going, then I feel much better. And so that's where I'm at. Lost a little bit of weight in the process, gained a little bit of muscle, not much. But yeah, and Brian is the one that gets to hear me as we go out to lunches here and there, see me logging my protein intake because I get so obsessed and I'm annoying about it. And I know I am, but I don't care.
It's okay. I support you in your journey.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Here's what I'm going to suggest we do.
Hit me with it.
I'm going to suggest that we talk about a few more things and call this episode 1. But before we end,
Yeah.
we will talk about what we're going to talk about this season on I Fought the Law. And then we'll be back for season 2.
Do you know what we're going to talk about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I have all sorts of ideas. We didn't just pick the topic for episode 2 just before we started filming this. That would be crazy.
Yes, we did.
But I think there's obviously a lot going on in the world.
Yeah.
And so I think there are some topics, despite me being here, we don't get terribly political on this podcast.
No.
But there are some political things going on in the world.
Despite you wanting to be political.
I show great restraint.
You do. And when we talk about what are we going to talk about, I'm like, no, don't go politics. But
Right.
we're going to go a little political.
Yeah, there's a little political. There's just so much going on.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the Epstein stuff. We'll talk about the University of Idaho, Kohlberger.
Yeah, so we've had. Well, let me say this: since our last podcast, it feels like the world has changed, and maybe that's a bit of hyperbole.
It is not.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely at our federal government level, like we're seeing things that we've never seen, and we're not here to talk about politics. We're a legal podcast,
Right.
unless we're talking about Taylor Swift, but we're a legal podcast. And what I want to do,
Time out. We'll also this season talk about, since we are a legal podcast and we are also a Taylor Swift podcast, Taylor Swift acquiring her masters and what that means.
okay,
Because that just happened, and it's been a process for many, many years. And it's one of the things that I think makes Taylor Swift so influential beyond her music.
I think it needs to be a ritual, or that we always have one episode dedicated to Taylor Swift until she comes on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We need to bring back the list of people invited on the podcast, too.
And we need to like have a whiteboard or something that has them on there.
I can't remember. Eddie Vedder,
Eddie Vedder, definitely.
Marissa Tomei.
I don't remember that, but sure.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. That might have been it. I don't know. We'll have some guests this season.
Yeah, we're looking to have guests, but let me get back to
sorry.
to what
Time out.
sort of the idea of what we want to do. Last year we would just talk about the general things that we see. What we're trying to do is see what everybody else sees, but tie in a legal perspective. So when whether it be a local case like the Kohlberger case up at northern Idaho, horrific murder case that everybody asked me about.
Everybody.
But we can talk about the death penalty and that sort of thing as we look at that case, or the Epstein. And, I'm sure I just got some eye rolls saying Epstein, but I don't want to get into the standard political thing.
There's a lot of legal issues going on with the Epstein.
I discover that when I look at the Epstein, and we'll talk about this in the next podcast, but when I look at it, there's so many things that I know behind the scenes because it all revolves around a federal prosecution. in a criminal case. And so we can talk about sort of the hidden gems that most people don't know about. We're going to get into some civil things.
There's some crazy civil stuff going on.
Crazy civil stuff, and that's more your world.
Yeah.
So really talk about the things that we see and offer an explanation from lawyers as to what, just to add a different twist to what you can look for.
Yeah. And why it matters. I mean, I think for most people, like, I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you are.
I'm a civil litigator, and I'm a Swiftie. And all of those things come together in her purchasing her master's. And there's a reason that matters.
Already at the Masters.
No. Yeah, but I'm just saying.
not full circle, obsession.
No, I'm just saying, like,
right.
from a civil perspective, I see it and I'm like, oh yeah, she needs to acquire those. Like, good for her. Most people don't understand what that means. Like, from a legal perspective, they're like, oh, okay, you're great. She owns her music. But from a legal perspective, what does that mean?
Yeah. That's interesting.
Just, and there's that in criminal stuff. There's that in some of the legislative stuff that we're seeing. I think we'll talk, because Idaho has been a push for Bayer, the pharmaceutical company, who purchased Monsanto, the herbicide and crop company.
Yeah. Makes Roundup.
Roundup, which they know causes cancer when exposed in large amounts. And the pushes that they have made so that they will not be responsible for causing that cancer. And now that Bayer bought Monsanto, Bayer Pharmaceutical has the drugs to treat the cancer caused by Roundup in Monsanto. Yeah, we'll talk about some of the pushes that they've done in Idaho and in a few other states to try to absolve themselves of any responsibility of killing people.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so lots of crazy stuff.
Lots of crazy stuff.
You know what isn't crazy?
What's that?
Laser Fox. Sinsol. From our friends at Split Rail Winery.
How would you describe this wine, Brian?
Well, I would say it's got a very sort of beachy and seagull-y afterbirth, and with notes of persimmon.
And it's a symphony of persimmon.
It is. It's persimmon heavy, but the amber and stone fruit subtleties really come through.
So my wife used to own a local restaurant, and one time she had a very high-end wine rep come through.
Yeah.
And so she called and said, hey, if you can break away from work, come down and drink some wine. And I just so happened to have the afternoon open. Could have worked, but went down and drank wine instead.
Wise choice.
Sat down, and I also grew up in the LDS religion and am no longer a part of that. So didn't grow up drinking, and especially drinking wine. And when I met my wife, who is a former chef in the Napa Valley, she was like, no, it's a prerequisite to drink wine to be with me. And so I've talked about Rudy's, now owned by Andy Hohwheeler. At the time that this was all, Andy and Kylie Hohwheeler, it was owned by a different gentleman, Tom Aschenbrenner, and Tom pulled me aside because I went to him and I said, I need to drink wine, and he started me on my wine journey.
Great guy.
Yeah. And he taught me how to, what to cook with and pairings and all that kind of thing with wine. So started drinking wine and have become a little bit snobbish. But yeah, and Brian knows that when we're out, I look at wine and he makes fun of me.
He talks about the legs.
Oh, look at the legs on that girl. No, this one doesn't have legs. Look. But that's funny.
It has nothing to do with our plastic glasses that we're using.
No, that's glass, man.
It is glass. All right.
But that's funny because my wife, she's talking to these reps. She calls me down and she says, hey, he always says the same thing. He's going to swirl it. He's going to smell it. And then he's going to talk about the legs. And it's kind of a joke. You know the joke too.
Yeah.
So I did it and I said the legs and they all start laughing at me. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm like, I better get serious, really describe what I'm tasting. So I start tasting this wine and I quote The Office. there's an episode in which they're drinking at around a pool, and Andy Bernard says, "Oh, that has notes of persimmon." And then somebody else says, "No, it's not notes, it's a symphony of persimmon." So I say this to these wine reps, just being an asshole. Sorry, Bonnie, but not sorry, wine reps. And I say
Bonnie's
it,
okay with that.
and the wine rep tastes it, and she says, "Whoa, you have a really astute palate." And then I had to admit that it was just a line off The Office, and I looked like Evermore the asshole. And that's the way I've drank wine ever
Quote
since.
The Office, nevermore.
Quote The Office, nevermore. So yeah,
I just Edgar Allan Poe the podcast.
you know that I wrote my senior thesis on Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven?
I did
As-
know that. You know how I know that?
How?
You've told me like 50 times.
Because you always make some reference and I always say it. And it's usually when we're drinking, so I forget it.
Welcome back, everybody. We're glad you're here.
That's it.
Season 2 is going to be incredible. Like,
it.
it's just going to be a wild, wild ride. So much excitement going on. We will be back in episode 2 in clothing that looks very similar to what we're wearing right now, including my Grateful Dead shirt.
Oh, I've noticed it all day. It's a good shirt.
Have a grateful day.
I'm going to put on a
I got to
different
go to San Francisco just recently with my lovely wife, Susan, and we went to Haight-Ashbury and Amoeba Music and the Grateful Dead house and Jimi Hendrix house.
Didn't you see them down at the Sphere?
No.
Oh, I thought you went.
No, thanks for pouring salt in that. You're
welcome.
That's great. And I also didn't see him this weekend at the park for the 60th anniversary, if you wanted to talk about that too. I also had a few dogs die. Do you want to talk about that?
Really would. Yeah.
Okay. No, in all seriousness, we're glad to be back. We're extremely thankful for Jason for helping us out because you know damn well we couldn't manage this stuff. And so anyway.
We tried. We tried. The first couple episodes were bad
we
because
tried.
We tried it.
Lauren did the best with what she had.
It wasn't
Wasn't much. Please don't go back and rewatch those first few episodes.
Or do. And
Or
laugh.
do.
It's fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we still said important stuff, and Lauren made it look as nice as possible.
Yeah, that's it.
And so we're excited to be back. We'll be back with episode 2. I think we'll probably talk about Mr. Epstein and some of the issues in that in episode 2. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to having you. We have finished the bottle of wine, and that might mean we'll be real drunk in episode 2.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.